Peter Mbah comes across as this darling of a governor, like the one, the Seyi Makinde we should be looking out in this administration.
Yeah.
From the inception, he's been going at it back to back, no letting down and all of that. Now he's coming up with this primary saying from December, from local government to state government workers are going to be getting from 10,000 to 25,000 flat, adding to what their salary is already. Talk to us about, he was in a meeting with the Labour, by the way, that's when he made this promise. Talk to us about the impact of this. Like he said something very critical. You cannot achieve what you want to achieve without a happy workforce. Talk to us on the impact of this to the civil servants in Enugu State.
You know, when workers are happy, when you meet their demands, you increase their productivity. And the productivity will eventually translate to improve the economy of the state. And the state government will be better for it. But it is unfortunate when many governors actually ignore their workers, because by the time you do that, you are killing the state and killing the economy of the state. A happy workforce is what many government actually look forward to. I would like to commend his efforts so far. I think he's moving in the right direction. But the problem now, will he be able to implement all the things that he's saying? Making a flat payment of between 10 to 25,000 between now and April next year. The federal government has already awarded a minimum wage to Nigerian workers. I think it's about 35,000 or so. So this between 10 and 25,000 that the Enugu state governor is even talking about is below what federal government is saying Nigerian workers should earn as a minimum. That minimum wage is not even enough to sustain any Nigerian for 1 week, but they are seeing it as a living wage for Nigerian workers. It is okay, but after April, he is saying that he is going to review the salary based on the recommendation of the committee that will be looking into that. Let's hope that by that time they will come up with something better than between this 10 and 25,000 naira, between 10 and 25,000 naira. But looking at this also, apart from the workers, what about other sector? What about other people in the state that are actually not they are not working? If you look at Enugu State, many of them are actually into private business. So how is this going to affect them? When it affects workers, it's also affect their dependents in a way. But those that are not earning directly from the government, in what way is the government actually, what are the ways that the government is actually looking at to improve their lot? The cash transfer system has never worked in Nigeria. If anybody tells you that it has worked, the person is not being sincere. The figures that they give us, that they've been giving us for some years now, and the billions of naira that they claim that they have actually transferred out, I believe it's all fallacy. There's nothing like that. How many people in our society have actually come out and say, okay, they've been able to get something? And the cash transfer, what impact is that little money making in the life of somebody? With this present economy, you transfer maybe 10, 15, 20,000 to somebody, one-off payment. What will be the effect of that on that person? Is it to buy bread or to buy fuel for generator or what? It's not enough. It will not work because Nigeria does not actually have a database. The database is not there for the government to work with. When they budget this money and give out the money, most time, the people in charge of the disbursement of this social fund go home with more than half of it, and the rest go to people that they know. Recently, I was somewhere in Port Harcourt, one community town hall. I saw thousands of people there. When I asked what was going on, they said they are checking their names. There is a list, a very long list that they pasted that government wants to transfer money to them. Why will you make Nigerian citizens to pass through that stress before you give them peanuts? So the country should try and develop a database. If you go to the UK and other developed countries, they have all the database. And if the government wants to do anything, they don't even need to call people to come and register. The information is, if you are working, the government will know. If you are not working, they know. If you are a student or a child or an elderly person, they know. And they know how much is due you. So what they do is just to make that transfer to the people concerned. But in Nigeria, we've not been able to develop ourselves up to that level. So not until we do that, all this cash transfer system, I see it as a waste. It's better for the government to divert that money to other providing social amenities for the masses instead of wasting it, because it's actually not making any impact.